Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another Gunpla review, and today I'm taking a look at this curious little thing right here, which is the Rize armor. And once again, just like we saw with the Anima Rize, this is from Gundam Build Diver Rize. As usual, if you do want one of your own, there is a link down there in the description. You can get yours through Hobby Link Japan. That's where I got mine. And there is also a 5% off coupon. But now here we go. So like I already mentioned, this is one curious looking thing right here, and before I start talking about how this thing looks, I will mention one thing because you'll notice it sometime soon, and that's the fact that I have somewhat painted my hand red. So if you guys saw my last Gundam customizing video, which was my only Gundam customizing video, which was the Hatsune Miku RX-78-2, The Origin, well, you might have seen at the end of that I said I was going to do another custom kit based on a gunpla from a while ago I gave a fairly bad review to. That of course is the Build Fighters version of the high-grade Cherudem Saga, or Kerudem Saga, depending on how you like to say that. And as you can probably tell from all those splotches all over my fingers, it's gonna be a particular shade of red. Of course, if you do want to see that, I will get it done in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that's just to explain what's going on right there. Anyway, before we check out this right here, let's take a quick look at the box. And this time around, I will mention there isn't a whole lot of information on here. I have never read this manga, Gundam Build Diver Rize, so I have no idea what this does. And the box doesn't really give us much of an indication either. So this seems to be a little bit of a support unit. It's got some claws. You use it with the Gundam Anima Rize. It has two different forms, which is the Gundam Rize Power and Gundam Rize Speed. Around on the other side is just what it will look like freshly built out of the box. So once again, there is no blurb really explaining anything about this. The same goes for the little manual that is in here. It is just one of these sheets that we do see in these sort of little additional option sets. So yeah, there's nothing about this on here besides that there's two modes, power and speed. So all I can assume is it's some kind of support unit it uses when it decides not to use the armor. So let's check it out. So there's that full 360-degree spin of this little option set, just so you can check out every bit of detail on this in case I missed something. The first thing I'll mention is this is just in two colors, that is black and white. It won't take too long to build, maybe about 30 minutes, an hour if you take your time. There is some stickers on the front there, which are very curious looking. I'll mention those in a minute. And on the whole, the vibe I'm getting off this is a bit of a discount variant of Seraphim Gundam. Seraphim Gundam was from Gundam 00, just in case you didn't know. And it's kind of like a backpack that looks like a Gundam's face on the back of Gundam Seravee that eventually comes off, unfolds into another Gundam. Pretty awesome. This is kinda like that, I guess. Just not as cool. The main reason I say that is because this is rocking a little Gundam face up front. We've got a little bit of a foil sticker up top, down below. The top one, I guess, is to represent its eyes. And when it comes out of the box built like this, it does have a pair of knees up there, a pair of hips up there, some arms that can move, so it does have some basic articulation. You're not going to get any sort of crazy poses out of it, but it's quite fun. It's a little bit cute. It's unique. I will mention I did do a little bit of pan lining to the white parts to bring out some of the detail because there is some nice detailing hidden away in there that would not come up on camera. But besides that, I did absolutely nothing extra. The stand does come included. It's in the same shade of black as the little unit itself, so that does look a little bit distracting, like it may be part of it. So I'm going to pop that off. And I'm also curious, can it stand up? Here we go. Let's try. Nope, not a chance. So how about the articulation this guy has? So we've got some rotation at the upper arm here, some up and down at that joint right there, up and down rotation I should say. We've got somewhat of an elbow. I mean, can you even call that a little elbow? Is the rotation in there? Yes, there's full rotation. And he's rocking some opening and closing claws up front. Down here we've got some little ball joint hips. It doesn't do a whole lot besides just kind of, well, that what you're seeing right there. As for that knee bend, that's actually not too bad. Except it's so far up it doesn't necessarily look like a knee bend, but it is there. Do we have any rotation? Doesn't seem like it. So I guess that is it for the little leg. I guess we have to try him out now with the Anima Rize Core Gundam. So there we've got that version of Core Gundam ready to go. I've got the old school variant of Core Gundam also ready to go. Bring in our discount Seraphim, consult the instructions, and let's go with the power version first. So the first thing we have to do here is disassemble it into a bunch of pieces. Seems like we leave the legs and the upper body intact. Here we seem to have a very funny looking little V-fin come off there. We need this core Gundam to lose his hands, so off with the hands. On with that V-fin. It seems to go on upside down for power mode. On it goes. That honestly looks a little better than I thought it would. We take the hand parts off the arms. Put the leg parts onto those. Those then attach on like so. There is number 2. Next up, you just take the leg segments of that, attach on what were the claw-like hands, flip the legs around to the front like this, and then that just attaches onto the backpack of Core Gundam, just like so. So anyway, there's that little red Core Gundam attached to that Rize armor in the power formation. So basically now it's got a new set of 4 arms, and around the back we've got those thrusters sticking out the back, which looks somewhat similar to a lot of things we've seen recently with the 30-minute missions kits. Personally, I think this looks okay, not great. We've got a bit of a bend in the arms here. I'm going to assume it uses these as some kind of beam blasters. But the one thing that seems a little bit off to me is just the way that the little hollow sections of the arms are just left there. That's not the most visually appealing thing I've ever seen on a gunpla kit, but on the whole, it looks okay, not great. Definitely not worth losing the awesome Anima Rize armor for. Anyway, there's a full 360-degree spin of what that looks like on. Once again, those little arms hanging off look a little bit on the odd side. It has a very 30-minute missions vibe about it, and once again, it kind of looks like a discount Seraphim Gundam. Now let's try it with the standard Core Gundam. So there we go, there it is attached to the standard OG Core Gundam, and this time it's standing on the ground. Honestly, I think the colors gel a little bit better with this particular Core Gundam compared to the red one. Once again, everything is pretty much the same. We've got those thruster arms up front, those grabby hand thruster things around back. And like I already mentioned, it does look, in my opinion, a little bit better on this kit than it did on the red one. So the second format we have is the speed formation. So to do this, you pretty much just reverse everything. The little arms go up on the backpack, the longer arms attach onto the Gundam, and then you just flip over that V-fin and stick it on the other way. So anyway, that is what it will look like once it's attached onto this standard Core Gundam. So this is definitely more of a standard looking formation right here. For example, the longer legs look like legs, the backpack looks like your general thruster length, and once again, this really does look like a 30-minute missions kit. So as for the leg articulation, it's pretty much what you would get when you attach on any of the planet armor or the anima armor. So it's just the actual articulation of the leg itself, and that is quite nice. What we've got back here is just what we would have had before. These can move up and down, move out like so, as well as rotate at this point, and also this point. So I will say I definitely prefer this formation to the other one. There is the V-fin, the more traditional way around, up there on the forehead. And at this point, the one question that I have is, why 2 different formations? Why can't they both be done at once? So let's try doing both the speed and the power on the little red Core Gundam here. So anyway, that is what it looks like if you attach both the arms and the legs on at the same time. I'm surprised this isn't actually in the instructions. It seems like something that would happen eventually either way. We've got that little guy hanging around back right here, kicking his legs. And on the whole, this does look pretty cool, but once again, not quite as cool as the armor itself looks. And that makes me think, if this thing can wear the parts from the Aun armor, can the Aun armor wear, well, the Anima Rize armor? Let's find out. Let's pluck them off and see. So first off, let's try to attach that leg, and oh, no bueno there. Let's see. Oh, it can fit on backwards. Okay. So what that means is, if I just swap this around inside, right? Then it should fit on the right way. Let's see, does that actually work? Haha! We're getting somewhere. Okay, we've got some legs. How about some arms? I will need to borrow some hands. There's hand the first. Get in there. So the question, does this fit? Doesn't feel like it. Oh, it kind of fits sideways. Oh, here we go. This is coming together. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's see if we can stick that little V-fin on here. Does it fit? Try and squeeze that in. Oh, there we go. Nice beard. So anyway, there's a full 360 spin of the Rize armor with the, well, Anima Rize armor on it, and I have to say this is absolutely glorious. This should be the hero of the next season of Gundam Build Divers, hands down. This thing right here, especially because it's got one of the coolest gimmicks I've ever seen, and that's the fact that its legs don't hold on. Awesome! Anyway, that right there is it for the review of the Rize armor, and all I can say is this is an option set at its core, so it is kind of hard to rank, therefore I'm not gonna rank it. If you want some cool little arms and legs for attaching onto your core Gundam, then go for it. If you think this is a bit gimmicky, a little bit pointless, not really something that you want per se, then I say give it a miss because there is nothing special here. But if you do want one of your own, there's a link down there in the description. You can get yours through Hobby Link Japan with 5% off. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews, and I will see you next time. Once again, I cannot finish this video right here without thanking each and every one of you guys. Whether you just watch my videos, like them, or support the channel on the channel memberships and over on Patreon. Like Craig Jerry, Greg Humphrey, Kaiser721, Tyler Sanders, Caleb Engelhardt, Sean T, and the ambassador for asymmetric cats.